Hi everyone. Well, like I told my other classes, I'd like to say welcome to the spring semester, but I just can't do it. It's 4 degrees and snowing outside, so I'm just going to say Happy New Year and welcome to the semester that contains spring break, which will hopefully be warmer at that point. Uh, my name is Dr. Parton. I'm going to be your professor this semester for Advanced Multimedia and very much looking forward to it. This is the first time I've taught it here, but I love multimedia, as those of you who took my first class, 644, know. And so I think that this will be a really great continuation and have an opportunity to really deeply explore some of the more professional level tools and everything. So a little bit about me and then a little bit about the class. For those of you who haven't had me before, my PhD is in educational computing and my master's in deaf education. And so I do my research on looking at how we can use instructional technologies in classrooms for the deaf. And just got a new grant, and we'll be using Google Glasses and to project ASL videos and with young deaf children, and so it fits right into multimedia. And hopefully, as the semester goes along, and I get a little bit more into learning the Google app development environment, I'll be able to share some of that with you as well. Um, let's see, I was also a programmer for 10 years, and so I love to code, and I still like to write all that code from scratch and everything. It's fun. And let's see, I have three um, three dogs and one cat, and they are all very precious. I love them. I ran an animal rescue group for 10 years, so um, enjoy that. And let's see, what else about me? I love to travel, and excited. I'm going to the International Congress on Deaf Education in Greece this summer, so yay. And like there's the movies. I love to go to them, and active in my church. Like to go on nature trails, that sort of stuff. So that is enough about me. Let's talk a little bit about the class. Uh, we have kind of a really uh, split, kind of a good mix of students for this class, because we have about half doc students and about half master students. And there's a lot of us, but that's okay. We're gonna hopefully have fun learning and looking at each other's projects and everything. So take a look at your syllabus. Make sure you go through that and pay particular attention to the last 2 pages. That has your calendar on it. That will make sure you keep up with all the readings and the assignment and that kind of thing. Also, make sure that you order your book very soon. And when I say that, don't panic. I know that I didn't put a book in the bookstore, and one of the reasons why is because they ask you a year in advance, and it's hard when you're doing new preps to know a year in advance, but it actually worked out really good, I think, because they just came out with a new edition a couple months ago, and that would have been like $75, whereas the way I'm doing it, I'm having you get it from Amazon, the first edition. And so I just ordered mine, and it was like 17 bucks when I ordered it. In fact, if you go through Amazon, shameless plug here for some reason, I'm not getting paid from Amazon, but if you go there and you say that you're a college student, you can get free 2-day shipping. And so anyway, get that first edition of the book. Hopefully that won't be a burden on anybody, but I really found, I was going to look for some online sources instead, but I really found that the chapters in that book I thought were really good. So that will be your main source of reading for the class. However, the course really, the readings are certainly important. They provide a lot of the good theory and the background and everything. But the focus really of this course is being able to identify a tool that you want to use to create a multimedia project, and a professional level tool that you can learn in depth and that you can create a meaningful, large scale, real project that will meet an actual need. So in some ways, this course is very different than probably other courses you've had. If you've had some of my earlier courses, by earlier I mean earlier in the sequence, like 621, 644, we usually, every couple of weeks we learn a new tool, and we do a project so that you kind of get that first overview and kind of basket of different tools and get your feet wet. That's not how this course works, okay? This course, you're going to be choosing a tool, and you're going to be planning a project, proposing it, and then you're going to be creating that multimedia project, and it should be something significant. I mean, it should be 50 to 100 hours worth of work for you to do that, because it's a semester-long project. And I think that you're going to have a lot of fun. These were some of my favorite type of courses when I was in my doc program, because I got to learn something really in depth and something that was meaningful. For example, I did, for one of my classes, I believe it was the multimedia class, I did a simulation and certificate kind of program for my animal rescue group. And so I used, goodness, I don't remember what I used. I think it was Director at the time. But I created this whole certification program. It was a CD-ROM, and they would walk the person that was, the user, through all these different steps to learning about becoming a foster parent. And so they would do these simulations, like what to put in the grocery cart, or spinning different wheels about what if the dog did this, and what would your reaction be, or how to choose a animal from the pound, and all these different things that I had to code. I mean, from the technology was that created all the interaction. And so that was one project I did. I did another project that was on deaf culture, and this was a CD-ROM. Also, I didn't use Flash. It was a pre-runner to Flash, I can't remember now. But at any rate, I still give out that CD-ROM sometimes to people today, and that's been like 10 years, and kind of dating myself there. But it was a whole presentation on if a regular ed teacher just wanted to do a little unit on deaf culture. And so it had all this information, and then it played games, and again I had to code all that to track the game scores and everything. And so it was really neat to learn that. I did another project where I learned Adobe Premiere and made a public service announcement. And anyway, I could go on and on about these kind of courses that have a huge project in them, but I think that they're really beneficial, and I hope that you will too, that you'll really embrace it and think of something important to you that you want to focus on for the semester. So there won't be, like I won't be giving you little tutorials on the tool, because each of your tools are going to be different, and you're going to have to learn that on your own. I'm certainly here to help you. Most of the ones, I've made a list of suggestions. Most of those I've done projects with. And so, I'm certainly here to bounce ideas and that kind of thing. But as far as the technical parts, you're going to, just like you were getting a new piece of software, you're going to have to look at some online tutorials. And really, the big thing is you're just going to have to spend a lot of time practicing and getting familiar with the software, and then planning your project. And so I hope you think that's as much fun as I do. And that will be really the main focus for the semester. So each week, you'll have some chapters to read, and I am also going to try something new this time. I thought would be a good way to get us all involved in the reading is I'm going to have you pick a chapter that you're responsible for coming up with some questions, and then you'll make those questions into like a little survey monkey, just like 3 to 5 questions, and post that, and then everyone will be able to take those just as a self quiz, just to kind of see if they comprehended and the chapter materials and the reflections on it and all of that. So there'll be more information. I'm just kind of giving you an intro here. I think that will hopefully be good. As far as posting, different professors have different philosophies. My philosophy is I don't like a lot of meaningless posts to get points. I like you to post something when you have something relevant to contribute to the conversation. And so I don't do a lot of counting.